That was Prime Minister Narendra Modi leading the nation for the 11th International Day of Yoga celebrations from Visakhapatnam. Remembering the date when the United Nations designated June 21st as the International Day of Yoga in 2014, Prime Minister Narendra Modi thanked everyone for being part of this auspicious occasion. Prime Minister Modi said yoga is for everyone. It transcends beyond borders, nationalities, age and ability. Prime Minister Modi said that this year's theme, Yoga for One Earth, One Health, reflects a deep truth that we are not isolated individuals. We live with nature, with plants, with animals. So the health of one's well-being depends entirely on the health of our soils, our rivers and plants and animals. And hence it teaches us the journey from me to we. So he said that yoga, in fact, transcends boundaries, it transcends nationalities and age and ability. He said it awakens us, enlightens us, and to live a more conscious and disciplined life. And finally, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also took the opportunity to give a clarion call to the world leaders to adopt yoga as a part of their global health policy. He also said that let's make it a pause button for us to breathe, to balance and to become whole again. Earlier, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu thanked Prime Minister Modi for propagating the message of yoga throughout the world. He also mentioned of the Yogasana Super League, and he hailed India's efforts to include Yogasana Super League to become a part of Asian Games, Commonwealth Games and eventually Olympic Games. That's the goal. So the impressive maritime lineup that you just saw on your screens was by the maritime personnel of the Indian Navy Force. They participated in the event aboard the frontline Eastern Fleet ships and 2 Coast Guard offshore patrol vessels stationed at the Visakhapatnam anchorage of the RK Beach Road. This 26-kilometer stretch from the RK Beach to Bhogapuram in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. And we have our guest with us in the studio, Dr. S.M. Raheja, senior physician, the former DG and medical superintendent of the GB Pant Hospital in New Delhi is with us. Sir, as many as 3 lakh people there performed yoga along with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and this was a display of unity and wellness, harmony and an amazing celebration of the 11th International Day of Yoga. What do you make of these stunning visuals that we just saw?
This is a great event, and as our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji told, yoga is from me to we. It brings everyone together, unity, harmony and balance. It is for everyone. Public participation is overwhelming. As we know, it is being done in more than 175 countries, in more than 1 lakh locations, and more than 10 crore people they are participating. And as we have seen, even under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Modi ji, there is a huge 5-kilometer long yoga session in Visakhapatnam. We just seen, it was really great, and we have seen yoga done on the Navy ships. It is also, yoga is also done by the astronauts to de-stress themselves. And even at the Mount Everest, even mountaineers, they do yoga. And yoga is basically to bring harmony between healthy mind, healthy body and healthy intellect.
Yes.
So what we say, wellness or the good health is not merely the absence of disease, but it is the feeling of wellness. And yoga brings everything in us, because when we are doing yoga, it's a subtle science. I time and again say it's a subtle science, it's evidence based, it's not mere exercise. Yoga basically includes stretching, against resistance, aerobic exercises. So it brings everything, and on top of it, when we do meditation, we delves ourselves deep into enlightenment and it calms our mind, nerves and body. So, yoga is the key for healthy body, healthy mind and healthy intellect. And the postures, the pranayam, the yoga mudras, stretching, deep respiration, controlling our respiration, prana. There are evidence because I was the medical superintendent GB Pant Hospital. We had a yoga room in our hospital.
Wonderful.
And where we have proved that yoga was a great benefit to our stroke patient, hypertensive patients, the patients of coronary artery disease, heart attack, depression, anxiety, insomnia, backache, osteoporosis, even joint issues. So, yoga is a very subtle science we have to understand. When we are taking a deep breath, holding it, it basically stimulates our parasympathetic system, thereby decreasing the heart rate, decreasing the respiration rate, decreasing our blood pressure. So, if we see the modern life, yoga protects us from so many lifestyle diseases like diabetes, obesity, hypertension, coronary artery disease, heart attack, stroke, brain stroke, osteoporosis, bronchial asthma, COPD, chronic lung diseases, osteoporosis, joint issues. Because it brings flexibility and harmony, it unites everything in one. And yoga, the beauty of the yoga is yoga can be done at all ages from 5 years to 50 years plus. Even I have been doing yoga for more than 2 decades right now, and I have seen a yoga being done to a very high level by a 6 years old child and even a person who is 60 or 70 years plus. The only thing is yoga has to be done under the supervision of a yoga teacher, yogacharya. And if you have got any chronic diseases like heart disease, heart attack or obesity or back pain, osteoporosis or lung diseases, you must take the advice from your physicians and doctor, and you should know how much you can do. Basically, I always as a physician say, when you are doing yoga, never stretch yourself, just be cool, calm. When you are doing yoga, you should be relaxed.
Yeah, it should
be
flow.
smile.
Yes.
It should not be like this, no, not like when you are weight lifting, you are just putting like this. No stress on your face, no stress in your body, because yoga is to calm your body, mind and nerves. And there are another studies, yoga has different kriyas like contractions from toe to top, then relaxation technique. So, this basically releases stress at the cellular level. Even I have been working on a very stressful job places because my job was quite stressful on this high end DG, HS and MS administrating the entire hospital and entire health system. So, yoga really calms it, because if you see, when you are doing deep contractions and relaxing slowly and steadily, it decreases the oxidative stress and improves the oxygen utilization by the mitochondria at the cellular level. So, if you see and go deep into this subtle science, you will get to know yoga works at all level from mind, body and intellect.
Yes, mind, body and intellect, it unifies the practice of yoga. So, let us rewind for our viewers who have just tuned in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the 11th International Day of Yoga celebrations from Andhra Pradesh's Visakhapatnam, defining that yoga is for everyone, beyond boundaries, backgrounds, age or ability. The theme for this year is Yoga for One Earth, One Health. This echoes India's vision of global wellness and reflects the integrated vision of well-being. The Yoga Day celebrations in Visakhapatnam are being held in a 26-kilometer long corridor where more than 3 lakh people performed yoga together at the RK Beach Road. Talking about the ongoing tensions across the world and global instability, the Prime Minister emphasized yoga's role in promoting peace. Prime Minister Modi also released a commemorative postage stamp on the occasion of the 11th International Day of Yoga 2025.
आज पूरी दुनिया किसी न किसी तनाव से गुजर रही है। कितने ही क्षेत्रों में अशांति और अस्थिरता बढ़ रही है। ऐसे में योग से हमें शांति की दिशा मिलती है। योगा इज द पॉज बटन दैट ह्यूमैनिटी नीड्स टू ब्रीथ, to balance, to become whole again. मैं विश्व समुदाय से आज के इस महत्वपूर्ण अवसर पर एक आग्रह करूंगा। Let this yoga day mark the beginning of yoga for humanity 2.0. where inner peace becomes global policy, जहां योग सिर्फ पर्सनल प्रैक्टिस न रहे बल्कि ग्लोबल पार्टनरशिप का माध्यम बने, जहां हर देश, हर समाज योग को जीवन शैली और लोक नीति का हिस्सा बनाए, जहां हम मिलकर एक शांत, संतुलित और सस्टेनेबल विश्व को गति दे, जहां योग विश्व को टकराव से सहयोग और तनाव से समाधान की ओर ले जाए।
Explaining yoga as a great personal discipline, Prime Minister Modi highlighted that yoga is a system that takes us all from me to we mindset.
The theme of this year's International Day of Yoga is Yoga for One Earth, One Health. This theme reflects a deep truth. The health of every entity on earth is interconnected. Human well-being depends on the health of the soil that grows our food, on the rivers that gives us water, on the health of the animals that share our ecosystems, on the plants that nourish us. Yoga awakens us to this interconnectedness. Yoga leads us on a journey towards oneness with the world. It teaches us that we are not isolated individuals, but part of nature. Initially, we learn to take good care of our own health and wellness. Gradually, our care and concern extends to our environment, society, and planet. Yoga is a great personal discipline. At the same time, it is a system that takes us from me to we.
So Prime Minister Narendra Modi there enlisting the immense benefits of yoga. Let me go back to Dr. Raheja. Sir, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also listed yoga in helping to reduce obesity. He asked all to reduce their oil intake in food, to reduce it by 10%. A word on that.
Yoga basically is a set of certain kriya, I will say, and particularly it has been proved that Surya Namaskar, sun salutation, what we are doing, it's a set of 12 asanas, and if you do extended Surya Namaskar, it becomes a set of 16 asanas in one go. And if you are doing like 3, 6, 9 or 12 sets of Surya Namaskar, it burns out your calories, it regulates your breathing, it stretches out your muscle, joints, every part of the body. And Surya Namaskar is one of the best asana for reducing weight, for reducing the obesity. And as I said, yoga is a way of living. Ahar, Vyavhar, Vichar. It's basically combines everything. So, what you are eating? Ahar is what we are eating. So, in that our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji said, decrease the fat intake by 10%. And as we know, 1 gram of fat contains 9 calories. If you compare with carbohydrate, it is 4.5 calories per gram and fat is 4. So, fat is 9. So, you can believe when you are taking fatty meals, you are adding extra calories to your body, and at the same time the quality of fat you are using, the oil, and there are studies which has shown that the cold pressed oils are better than the refined oils, because refined oils are heated. And even I have been taking health talks on the national channels and so many international conferences. Average Indian consumes around 50 ml of fat every day. We need to reduce to 15, like 1/3, because it pure calories, it disturbs our lipid profile. That is, if you are taking saturated fats or the trans fats, they increase the LDL cholesterol in our body or the bad cholesterol and decrease the HDL or the good cholesterol. So, if you are taking good quality oil, cold pressed like mustard oil, sarson ka tel sundar or sasta, til oil, til ka tel, now there are cold pressed mungfali ka tel, coconut,
mustard oil, yes.
Yes, sunflower oil. I have been using it myself for
very quickly, sir. Now that you mentioned the linkage between oil and food, so should one eat food before practicing yoga? And also tell us, what is the best time in the day to practice yoga?
Very, very important question. Best time to do yoga is early morning, empty stomach. When you get up, you get yourself freshen up, be empty stomach and start yoga. That is the best time. Yoga should be done empty stomach, and if you have eaten something, maybe after 3 hours.
Okay, eat after 3 hours, practice yoga, empty stomach. And let me now go to my correspondent from Visakhapatnam, Siddharth Bhardwaj, joining us with the Ayush Ministry's secretary there. Siddharth, over to you. Siddharth, if you can hear me, what have you witnessed?
Tanvi,
so
can you?
Yes.
Yeah, Tanvi, can you repeat?
Yes, I was saying that would it be fair to say that popularizing yoga has been one of the greatest gift of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and here also we saw stunning visuals coming from the entire 26-kilometer RK Beach road there.
Oh, definitely. First of all, a very good morning to you, Tanvi, from the beautiful town of Vizag. And here I am on the 11th International Day of Yoga, and with me is a very special guest. Right now, I have with me the Secretary of Ministry of Ayush. Let's talk to him. Hi, sir. A grand event today.
Yes, actually, this is really grand because this event has made world record of participation of around 300,000 people. Across the country, there are 12 lakh locations where the 12 lakh events have participated along with the Honorable Prime Minister. This is biggest ever, cannot be think of. And this is a kind of, the enthusiasm, the undercurrent, the acceptance and the practice of yoga into the people of India. So that's a grand showcase of this. And you can see here the ships, Navy ships are also participating. And there is a great enthusiasm here. Thank you.
Sir, Prime Minister Modi also emphasized when it comes to reducing the oil, in diet and have a healthy diet and reduce 10% of oil. He urged people. Great challenge, everyone is very enthusiastic to take up that challenge. It was looking like.
He actually, in his speech, he mentioned about the problem of obesity and reducing the oil by 10%. He actually mentioned and then requested the people to adopt the healthy life of yoga and become healthy and come out from the obesity.
Thank you. All right, Tanvi, and that was the Secretary of Ministry of Ayush talking to us, Tanvi, and you mentioned that right along the 26-kilometer stretch. The crowd was amazing, and the way they were following the instructions and the way they were doing yoga is absolutely amazing. And especially the credit goes to the theme today, yoga for one earth, one health. And in fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, when he started his address, he mentioned that when he recalled 2014 when India proposed June 21st as the International Day of Yoga, the support which India got from 175 countries is absolutely amazing, and especially in these challenging times, the support that India got. So it's not just about yoga, it's about practicing a healthy habit. It's also about cleansing your soul. It's also about creating a harmony between the mind and the soul. And the atmosphere here in Vizag, Tanvi, it's amazing. Everyone, the event just got over and everyone is still here,
yes,
cherishing the moment, rolling their mats and inculcating and taking a pledge to incorporate yoga in their everyday lives.
Yes, Siddharth, I can see happy, smiling faces behind you. Were you able to stretch a little bit as well in the yoga session?
Yeah, Tanvi, I did, definitely. Yeah, and I also took a pledge, when it comes to incorporating yoga in my everyday life. And this is such a beautiful moment here in Visakhapatnam. The Navy personnel, along with their families, also performed yoga. Around 11,000 in total they performed on the ship. So that certainly goes on to show that how people are accepting yoga as a new in and as a way of life, because it is something that it's not just an exercise, Tanvi, it's something that purifies your soul. It's something that creates a balance between the mind and the soul and emits out positivity. So when Prime Minister Modi said that yoga unite, it means that when one single person does yoga, he or she, they emit out positivity. So imagine when collective people, when a group of people, and so many people, around 5 lakh people, at the same time are doing yoga. So you can imagine the amount of positivity that is, that has surrounded everything, that has surrounded the atmosphere. And that is the reason why we say that yoga unites. It's not just about exercise, it's much more bigger than that, Tanvi.
Indeed, indeed. Yesterday, Siddharth, you brought us the news that a Guinness World Record was created with 108 sun salutations being performed by over 22,000 tribal students there in 108 minutes. Was there any other record created today in the number of people participating in the Yoga Day celebrations?
Definitely, Tanvi. Yesterday it was a record which was made, and this is a very special year when it comes to International Day of Yoga, 11th year, a decade-long journey. And some records are being broken, some records are being made. Yesterday, definitely around 22,000 tribal students performed Surya Namaskar and created a world record. And today as well, along this road where I am standing, Tanvi, you can see this green carpet behind me. If you can see that, this is a road, 26 kilometers stretch, and wherein around 5 lakh people performed yoga simultaneously, creating another world record, adding another feather to India's already decorated cap.
Okay, thank you very much, Siddharth. Thank you for bringing us all the updates from the 11th International Day of Yoga. You keep us posted there from the updates and new world records being created at the event. Coming back to Dr. Raheja ji, let's talk a little bit more about the science of yoga. Meditation, they say, is a central pillar of this ancient Indian practice. Why is meditation given so much central importance in yoga?
Basically, meditation, when we are doing, we are going deep and delves into ourselves, and meditation gives away fear, anxiety and worry from us. One unites to itself, to oneself. So that is the beginning. And as we have been discussing, when you are doing yoga, it's physical set of yoga, then dhyana, and all this leads to the release of bliss hormones in our body. Bliss hormones are hormones of happiness. They bring joy, pleasure, mood elevation, euphoria, feeling of well-being and sense of happiness, like endorphin, dopamine, serotonin, and the hormones of love, what we say oxytocin. So, all this basically establish a good communication channel between our brain and nervous system. So, thereby we calm our brain, mind, nerves and body. So, it brings calmness. This what our honorable Prime Minister said, to bring calmness, give up that aggressions against each other. So, if we see this today, the world is going through a very difficult phase, war going around. So, this is where the yoga can bring peace, harmony and balance. Ahar, Vyavhar, Vichar. So, where the yoga works. At the same time, I must say, when you are doing yoga, there is a release of these bliss hormones in our body and stay in our body for more than 24 hours. And if you are just giving 1 hour out of your busy 24-hour schedule, you will feel good and happy for rest of the day and night. You will have a good sleep, good relaxation, and when you get up in the next morning, you will have, you will feel, yes, I am feeling so good and fresh.
Okay.
So, at the same time, they also decrease the stress hormone. Now, the stress hormones are adrenaline, noradrenaline, cortisols, which are released in response to different stresses in our life, and we know the modern lifestyle is full of stresses because of the financial demands, job demands, time demands,
Life has become really
ambitions.
fast-paced, yes.
So, family relations, office issues. So, all these yoga can really balance your life from top to bottom.
Yoga can really balance your life from top to bottom. Thank you very much, Dr. Raheja ji, for being with us on the show and listening to us the immense benefits of yoga. Well, you should take 1 hour for yourself definitely in the day to bring balance to your life, to your relations, as Sir was mentioning. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Now, echoing the message of International Day of Yoga, sand artist of India Sudarshan Patnaik presented his art at the Puri beach in Odisha, depicting the lesson of yoga that connects us to nature, health and harmony. Yoga for one earth, one health. That's the message being depicted by international sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik there in Odisha. Well, the postures are Indian, but peace is global. India's ancient gift, the world's modern answer, yoga. That's all in this special broadcast on the 11th International Day of Yoga on DD India. Do let us know your thoughts on the presentation. I'm Tanvi Taneja from all of us here in New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.